this election has to be about very big things. We have to make it about very big things. If this election turns on whether Brett Kavanaugh was victimized or not, or whether the angry left-wing mobs are scary or not, then I don't think we do as well as if we make this election about very big issues that will affect the lives of millions of people. If the Republicans win, if they win Congress, it will be the end of the Affordable Care Act. 20 million people will lose health insurance in this country. We just saw a story last night break because the UN climate report was released saying that now, if we do not move heaven and earth basically to reduce warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius within the decade, by 2040, there will be a global crisis of people sort of fleeing the tropics, mass migration. You think the refugee crisis out of Syria is bad. Wait do you see it in 2040 when the planet heats up and people aren't living in the tropics anymore? I mean, you talked about your daughter, like our kids will be in college when this is happening, when the UN now and all the countries in the world say that the world is going to be facing serious humanitarian crisis by 2040 if we don't act. And we have one party in this country, which is the last political party on earth, that doesn't even believe that climate change is real. There are very big issues at stake in this election. And if Republicans want to fucking talk about mobs and protesters and poor Brett Kavanaugh, we should let them do that. And we should talk about the fucking big issues that actually matter to people.
That is very well said. And if you want to think about elections mattering, is we have, the clock is ticking and we have pissed away 2 years. We were making progress on this issue. Not fast enough, but we were making progress. And we took a gigantic step back because we elected a man who believes climate change is a Chinese hoax and a party of people who ignore science because the Koch brothers pay them to ignore science. And that's what matters. We don't have time to fuck around here, right? We have to get people in office who take things seriously. And the Republicans are not a serious party. They're not. They just, there is whatever else, their views on tax reform or healthcare, the size of government, that's all fine. That's a philosophical debate. But when you ignore science that everyone knows to be true in order to get money from the Koch brothers at the risk of the planet and our children's future, then you're not a political party. You're not a serious institution. You're a joke. It's like a dangerous joke. Yeah, it is. It is a cult centered around Donald Trump and the Koch brothers' money and nothing else. And we're all paying a huge price for it.
Yeah.
But the good news is the capabilities we have now can take us to a whole new level. So my challenge to all of us is to increase the scale and effectiveness of this network by an order of magnitude, by another tenfold on top of all the growth and progress we've already made. Because if we do that, I'm convinced we can change the trajectory of this country.